Okay, I know we were supposed to be all about the belly bands today, but I had a realization. Let me tell you about it. Hi, this is Kelly with Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and this is day 13 of our 25 days of Christmas, and for the next 3 days, we'll be working in the Pink Christmas Journal. So I realized I couldn't do the belly bands till I had my signature stitched in, and I couldn't do my signature stitched in until I had my cover going. So here is my cover. When I broke down all of my paper pumpkin boxes, I realized they were perfect for journals. So I kept all the boxes, broke them down so that they'd store well and in a compact space. And now I have a journal cover at the ready. Now these two pieces were the front, they were two pieces that had Santa down here in the cover. Let me cut him out so you can get, oh, I'm not going to cut him completely out, but I have already gone through and fussy cut them out of the 12 by 12, and they were on this big sheet of paper, and there was 2 sheets. But what I've done is I've fussy cut them out, and then I've glued them to heavyweight cardstock, and I will probably do it a second time because I want a really heavy chipboard, especially for the layering on the front cover. Now for the inside cover, first off I want to ask, have you seen this tool from WeRMakers? It's really cool. When you lay out your paper, let me lay a full sheet out here. It will help give you the exact size of paper that you need and your exact corner placement. Use this in the corner of your box and draw your line, and that will give you the exact width you need to fold over to your inside. This allows you to, let me see if I can get this going the right direction, that things aren't in the way. But when you do this and cut across this way, you get the exact measurement with that little bitty bit for your corner fold in. I love this tool, and if I can find it, I ordered mine from Spectrum Art Creations, and I will link it if they still have it in their shop. So I decided on the inside, I want to do the Santa fur. And so I need to take a look at how big this needs to be. And I want to come in about 1/4 inch on each side. So this needs to be roughly 9 inches by 6 inches. I'm probably going to do 5 7/8. So let's cut that to the 5 7/8 before I forget. And I'm going to do them both at the same time. This is the way I want to go. And they need to be 5 7/8. Now with the way this is positioned on my table, you're not going to be able to see everything. But I like using my Stampin' Up! Trimmer because it has a full 6-inch width, and I don't have to worry about trying to stretch an arm out and take up more space. And I'm right at the 5 7/8 mark. So we're going to cut that off, and we're going to get rid of these so I don't mix them up. And then what did we say? It needed to be 9 inches, I believe. But as my husband said this morning when I messed up, measure twice, cut once. And I'm setting it just a little bit inside. And so yeah, 9 inches will be perfect. So I'm going to turn this around, and now I do have to raise this out and go to the 9 inches. Make sure both of my pieces are even if I'm cutting them off at the same time. And those pieces that I just cut off, they will be part of my masterboard scrap bag. Now, this is what's going to go on the inside. Now, if you'll notice, I haven't done anything out here yet, so I'm going to go all the way out, and instead of being on the outside and folding in like this did, I'm going to fold on the outside because my spine is going to be a white fur. So I need to make sure that I'm at least, I knew it, that wasn't going to be quite long enough. It's going to be tight. If I do it, I don't have enough. Let me get a bigger piece of this. In fact, I don't have a bigger piece of that with the poinsettias on it. So let's see what I do have. I know I don't want these. These are going to be part of our belly bands. There's a lot of those, but I don't want to use them in the belly bands. Or in the spine to be covered up. I've already cut some of these out. They are going to be the stoppers on our belly band pages, and you'll see why we need a stopper. Now I could do the doors. I'm not really crazy about that door. I think this is going to be our masterboard cutoff. I could do this. Doesn't really do anything for me. This I could probably get out of. Let's take one of those out. I think I could get that and avoid the leaves. Don't want those. Don't want those. This one I could probably use, actually, and I like the poinsettia idea much better. I also thought about this. Actually, I think I really do like that too. And it has more potential, so let's pull that one out. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. Because this is... What do I do with my ruler? Here it is. I want to go a good 1/2 inch over. Even 3/4 wouldn't hurt. So I need to cut this about 10.5 inches. I think I'm going to use this. So we need to go 10.5 inches off of this. And our spine is 2, and I want to come over a good, so I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. I'm going to go this way and cut this at 3. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to only do one side of this today because I'm really scrunched for time. It is about 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and I know Bob would like to eat supper at some point today. So let's get this. Because I want to show you a tip when we do this. I have got to make sure I order more glue tonight, or I'm not going to have glue for the rest of the week. It's why I spend $149 for my Prime. Because when I mess up and don't have what I need, I can get it in a hurry. And I can't just run to Michael's, which is the only store I know that carries this. Because my Michael's is a 4-hour round trip, so that's not going to work. I really need my Amazon to get supplies. Now, that's, you know, a hazard of living out here in the middle of nowhere. And I get that. I'd rather live in the middle of nowhere and have to order stuff online. Okay, so I'm going to take and kind of center that on that half, and I'm going to move this up so hopefully you can see. And I got to tell you something Bob did for me this morning. Bless his heart. I love him. Okay, I need a dry baby wipe. I have been fighting with glue on my fingers all day today because I didn't have my baby wipe handy when I was gluing the Christmas cards together. But I lost it already. Should have been in here. Remember that tool that Bob did for me last week? He bought for me at Hobby Lobby. And I told you I was going to have him tighten up that ball end. Well, he tried to tighten up the ball end, and it wasn't meant to tighten or bend apparently because it snapped right off. I don't see it now. I kept part of it, but it snapped right off. So I'm going to have to get me a new roller. Okay, so I've got a new bottle of glue open. That's not it. This is it. We're going to get this one on here. So I spent 3 days at the Writers' Conference, had a blast, learned a lot, learned that if I'm going to do this as a business, there's some things that I need to take care of. And so I'm going to be calling a CPA who specializes in author stuff and get some advice from him. It's on my list. Okay, now I wasn't worried about the direction of the fur, but hey, it looks like I managed to get it going the right direction on both sides. Now, I could turn this around because this isn't directional yet. So I could turn this around, have his fur coming down, and I think I like that. And then we have this. And I'm not going to go all the way to the ends just yet. Keep grabbing that almost empty bottle. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come in about an inch from either end. Because I just want to worry about what I'm gluing on the inside. While I'm gluing, tomorrow we are going to get back to, we're going to do tags, but I think I'm going to try and do one of the belly band. I think I'm going to reverse it, and it's going to be belly band and tag. It depends on my mood. We'll see what happens. So I've got the cap on my glue. I have glue on the inside of my cover. Yay. And I'm going to turn this way because it'll be easier for me to measure. And I want to go. So then this is the other thing, make sure my pattern is going the right direction on this particular one, because the pattern is important. And I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to go right in that crease of where the box needs to fold, and it's right there. Okay. And make sure that gets glued down. Now this may buckle a little, and this is where I take my ruler and I set it in that crease and I do this. And then I come back and reditch my glue. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find that crease and bend that in and work that in. So when I glue this down, it doesn't buckle quite so much. And I'm going to do this just like that. I'm going to turn this around and do this one. This one was setting pretty good. Okay. And then we'll have that. And see, I can keep rubbing this and let it take effect, let it take hold while I'm holding that crease in place. And then I'll get a nice smooth crease when I need to close my journal. Just like that. Okay. Now, what I will probably do is snip this a little bit so I get a smooth turn down, because the only place I really need this is on this spine where my fur is going to wrap around. So I will try and find the fur, and we will come back and work with this on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to do a special tag, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I've decided we are going to do a tag tomorrow. So hold that thought. We're going to do a tag tomorrow, and I'm going to take and put a couple of these on here just like that to hold that down. Crease that up, and I think I'm going to do the same thing right here. And so we'll be back tomorrow with our first set of really busy tags. You know me, I don't like to make my tags too busy, but these are going to be not busy so much as they're going to be useful. Okay? So I will see you back here tomorrow. In the meantime, please remember to like, to share, subscribe, and creative Christmas blessings.